I bet you're craving some more information on Fallout 4, and well, I have an absolute ton, as quite a few things were detailed during the game's QuakeCon 2015 demonstration, including how the upgrade system works, companion interactions, were just two things that were discussed. Now there's quite a lot of information here. Now there are some minor, and I do mean minor spoilers, there's nothing like it reveals a huge plot point or anything like that, so don't worry there, but of course if you're trying to keep yourself completely pure, no spoilers, no nothing, then you might want to not listen to this video. It's entirely up to you, but just saying there's nothing to be too crazy to be worried about, but I am warning you anyway. So, the panel was led by the game director Todd Howard, and we didn't get any more information about the weapon crafting or base building or anything like that. And the first thing we did learn is a little bit of info about how the character progression is actually going to work, with the returning special system, which is of course strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility and luck. And as usual, you'll be distributing a pool of points between these 7 stats at the start of the game, and of course they will have a rather large impact, but they seem to be having a larger impact than normal on how your character will develop. Now, how is this so, I hear you ask? Well, it's basically going to be that every time you level up, you're able to unlock or upgrade a perk, which will give you some new abilities and proficiencies. The perks you're able to unlock are directly tied to your special stats. So, for example, each stat will have 10 perks corresponding to the 10 points that you're able to unlock at the start. So it basically means that in a given stat, the deeper you're able to go. So, for example, if you have 8 points in endurance, just for example, you'll be able to choose between 8 of endurance's assigned perks when you level up. And there's 70 base perks to choose from, including some familiar ones, like, for example, the perk that increases the odds of gibbing your foes. The skill system is tied into the tree according to information provided, and most perks will also be upgradable with additional ranks included, and the progression system alone will have 275 things to unlock. So, unsurprisingly, Fallout 4 is going to keep you occupied for a while. So, the really cool thing about the system is actually how it's visually represented within the game. All of the perks and upgrades are displayed on a Vault Tech poster, with every node showing an animated Vault Boy demonstrating the perk, which is rather nice. I mean, shiny menus aren't, the be-all and end-all or anything, but they're always nice to see that extra level of slickness within the game. And Howard said, quote, "When you're coming out of the vault, if you decide to go right to the 10 on a stat and lower your other ones, you can be picking up some really cool perks. And we found that playing the game over the time, this gets us some really cool playstyles, and it changes what you want to pick when." Now, this is a slightly minor spoiler. Just warning now, like we're talking like stats and stuff, but this is a slightly minor spoiler, so maybe skip ahead like a minute or so. As during the panel we met a new companion that we'd be able to explore the wasteland with, who is a woman by the name of Piper. And we saw them work their way into Diamond City, which is basically a little settlement built inside the ruins of Fenway Park, using dialogue options. And she's going to most likely have quite a few story assignments for the player, as she is the editor of a newspaper called Public Occurrences, distributed in Diamond City, so she's probably going to have quite a few nice quests for you. Now, she is the 4th companion to be able to meet and take with you in the wasteland. Of course, we have already met a few, including Dogmeat, the robot butler Codsworth, and of course Preston Garvey. And according to the QuakeCon conference, there will be a dozen companions to meet and maybe even form deeper relationship with during your time in Fallout 4. And Howard went on to say, "You can have one companion at a time, and we also have a lot of different archetypes, and we track how they feel about you. With the humans, it can even lead to romances, and that is regardless of whatever gender you're playing, which is always nice. Those sort of open options are always nice to see, and always add that extra level of replayability. So you want one playthrough, you romance X character, and the next playthrough, you romance another one." Now, naturally, there was also an extended gameplay demonstration, and I'm just going to cherry pick the best pieces of information that were provided from people who attended. For example, the lockpick system looks identical to how it was in Fallout 3. Stealth will be a viable option. There's going to be some hacking mechanics as always, and your dog will naturally react when enemies are near. And it does seem that radiation will actually be playing more of a role and have a more direct effect on your actual player character. So the more radiation you're exposed to, the more your maximum health is reduced until you can actually purge it from your system. So highly radiated areas you can't just wander through, or la 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 la, everything's fine. So there you have it, those are what I would call the highlights. There is a link in the description below this video to the entire 20-minute demonstration, so if you actually want to see all these goodies for yourself, then I suggest you check out the description below this video and enjoy. Thank you guys for watching, see you next time.